What's going on YouTube? This is Sorare back with another video. Today's a good one because whether you're a beginner, advanced player, however you play Sorare, you gotta watch content creators. I'm obviously a big advocate because I'm a content creator, kind of getting into it. I'm not a big guy, but there's some great content out there. It's not always the most followers that are putting out the content that's the best, but there's some guys that really lead the way as far as content and as far as Sorare. So I'm going to go through, I have 5 big name guys. Then I have one guy that is a one to watch moving forward because he has an interesting aspect of how he goes into everything. So number 1, everyone that's into Sorare, if you're a beginner, it's got to be John Nellis. He is the guy for Sorare in my opinion. He has 214K subscribers. He is a great guy. I don't know him personally, but from all of his videos, he does beginner videos, he does everything, he hits all the boxes. Whenever I first started, I was watching his videos and I just kind of liked how he went about himself, and whenever I was trying to learn about Sorare, his videos kind of got me there. So he's my number 1. A lot of people know him. If you're new to Sorare, start there. He's definitely one of the best in the business. He has a ton of great guys come onto his channel. He has experts, sometimes obscure leagues that I don't know a lot about. He'll have an expert on there talk about that and just kind of gets your knowledge up a little bit. Next one is the Sorare Data podcast. So this is Laird and the Andrews podcast. It goes by different names, but Laird is on there pretty much every time. He is phenomenal. The Sorare Data is obviously the best tool if you're a beginner. Go to Sorare Data. They have a free version. They have an advanced version. And you can't play the game without Sorare Data. That is 100% a fact in my opinion. I wouldn't be able to play the game without Sorare Data. And what they do is they do very interesting topics and they go through. So, for example, streamed 3 days ago. They do streams and they have people on, they talk through, they do budget builds, which is great for someone that's getting started. You don't know how much to put into a team, so you can kind of go through that. At the time of recording, Calm Before the Storm, watch that as well. So honestly, you can go through these and you can spend hours and hours and hours of watching. And if as far as John Nellis being like the guy, Sorare Data Podcast, I think is kind of a little bit underrated in my opinion. Only 3K subscribers. I feel like there should be way more than that. But yeah, definitely if you aren't already, go to their weekly streams, everything like that. Sarah Andrews podcast, Laird, PSU Fans 2, great guys, great watches. Next one, a lot of people know Quinny. Quinny has 4.5K subscribers. Another guy that has a lot of knowledge in football, soccer, whatever you want to call it. He has some great videos. He has some great beginner videos. He does live streams while he's watching. He covers a lot of things that are very interesting on his channel. He really works with the community well. He does community lineups. He started doing this Road to Glory with weekly giveaways that kind of you build and suggest players for him. Very interesting. So if you don't already follow his videos, definitely a guy to take a look at. Next one is Cani, and he has 5K subscribers. I will say, I love his content. He kind of goes through his gallery, his thinking. He's very smart at crypto as well. And the biggest thing that I would say with him is he has a Discord that is phenomenal in helping each other. I'm in the Discord. People bouncing ideas off. There's different channels for every type of thing that you can watch. So if you're missing injury news, people post lineups in there. It's every resource that you can get going into this is really necessary to kind of get a leg up on the competition when you work together in certain leagues, things like that. So I did want to highlight that a Discord to get into, and it's a free Discord. So props to him making that, and definitely put him in my list. Next guy is Harry Trades. So Harry Trades is an under 23 player, and he has a sick gallery. I love it, and I've kind of piggybacked off him. I play a little bit of both, but I moved into rares, and I love watching his videos, and he does reward videos. He kind of does everything. But his gallery is a lot of under 23s. And like he was on the Sorare Data podcast and he talked through his under 23s, his strategy. And it kind of got me into, I'm huge into like football manager, wonder kids, young guys, as far as finding them early. And then you can get maybe a decent profit for one, or you're in at the ground floor on some of these guys. So I love the kind of scouting part of the entire thing, and he uses under 23, and his gallery, if you definitely need to check it out. It's phenomenal. He plays mainly under 23, each tier of that, but yeah, he's definitely Harry Trades, another one, 6.5k subscribers, another guy in the content realm that's definitely worth subscribe. The next guy, and it's the last one that I'll have, is Wakey Academy. So he only almost 300, nice. He's right around where I am subscriber wise. I've talked to him on Twitter a lot. I really like what he does, and he doesn't have, like some of the followers that other people have, neither do I. But he does in-depth scouting, and what he kind of looks at is he uses his full club as an academy. So he's building through the academy, and that's kind of what he's trying to do. Young, wonder kids, things like that, building their way up. And then as you can see here, Wakey has some nice videos on keepers under 10 pounds here, scouting turkey for Christmas. He has budget builds. He's put out a lot of content over the last couple weeks, and he's definitely, if you don't already subscribe to him, he's definitely worth a subscribe. And last but not least, obviously myself. So if you're already here, you're probably already subscribed, but if you haven't already subscribed, please get me there. I just hit over 300. Once we get to 500 is my next giveaway. I just gave away 4 cards to a guy on Twitter to kind of build. That's kind of my idea. I'm moving from limited to rare, so I'm trying to give away most of my limited cards over the next couple months. But again, it would help me out a ton. And if you're new to Sorare and you've made it this far, you can always click my link and sign up through Sorare there. After buying 5 limited cards, or any card I guess, on the market, you'll get a free limited card after your 5th time. But again, on the market, it's through auction. Don't make the mistake. I made a mistake with who referred me. I'm like, hey, I bought them through manager sales, but then it has to be through auction. So thanks for watching. Hopefully this kind of steers you towards, if you're new, steers you towards some great channels that put out amazing content. Content creators, we need more, honestly. There's probably a handful of really good ones that I probably didn't mention. In the comments, mention whoever you think should have made the list, and especially if you're like a smaller streamer or a smaller content maker. That's what I'm trying to build here. Sometimes you find a diamond in the rough type of stream or anything like that they provide a great content knowledge, things like that, but they just haven't seen the audience yet. So hopefully you guys like this video. Again, I'm going to probably just keep pumping out content as much as I can. Go ahead and watch any of my videos. I would say my last one, the Wonder Kid Goalkeepers, has reached a really nice audience that honestly I couldn't be happier with. Almost 1,000 views in 5 days, which is a lot more than I usually get. So again, thank you guys. Hopefully you have a great new year, and we'll see you after the new year.